looking for you. I'm always looking for you. I brushed it off, pushed it aside, but I couldn't help. I was looking for you. Yeah, I was looking for you. I am a house surrounded. I am the silence in the road. Just a figure in the dark. As if coming for the storm. If I fall, you catch me. Brush me back up on my face. Feel the strength inside of me.
Hello and welcome everybody once again to Tuesday night racing action here with the HCK Beagles Super Speedway League. We're coming at you live from Michigan, and boy, we're in for a great 70 lap 140 mile race, and it's gonna be a little interesting because last season we did not have this track on the schedule, so throwing it to the wind here. Don't know what we're gonna expect to see, but what I do know is we're gonna have trucks going round and round and crazy action to be abound. While we get things kicking off here, we're gonna start this one off with the United States National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And thank you everybody, and like we said, we're here at Michigan with these wonderful trucks. Man, we got a full field here tonight. We also have a full booth. We got myself, Alan Brown, up here, but joined right next to me is Mr. Alan English. Alan, how you doing tonight, man?
Great, man. Been looking forward to seeing the HCK Beagles League guys on this 2-mile Michigan track. We haven't seen them run here before, as you mentioned before the pre-race ceremonies there. We're really looking forward to it because, and this was also mentioned there, you can run a bunch of different grooves here. I mean, it's not just follow the leader. The draft will have something to do with it, but I mean, these guys are going to have to conserve a little tires and find a groove that works for them.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And down there on pit road, we got Mr. Adam Turner. Now, Adam, before you officially retired from driving these things, you had a little bit of seat time here at one of these tracks. Might have even picked up a W there in one of those official races. So what do you expect to see out of this one?
Yeah, believe it or not, this was one of my best tracks, my favorite tracks in the truck. I think we're going to have some issues. Turn 2, it kind of narrows as it comes into the backstretch. There's going to be some problems there. And then 3, when you go into 3 and 4, it's multi-grooved, but how's your tire wear? And are these guys used to the tire wear that we're going to see? You know, all that's going to play in. These guys usually do the super speedway tracks, so I think we're going to see some fun, especially 3 and 4. That truck will slide if you go in there a little too hot and you're not managing your tires right. But 2 fast repairs, 75% fuel. We got 70 laps, 140 miles of pure Michigan fun. You know, the home of Ted Nugent and Kid Rock. I love this place.
Oh, yes, absolutely. As we take a look at today's race info, nice, bright, sunshiny day, and I don't think temperature is going to get too involved here. So these guys should have adequate traction to really just kind of send it down in there at this 2-mile long racetrack. Gonna also bring us down to that key of the race, and it's gonna be find your groove. a little different than, Talladega and Daytona and iRacing Super Speedway. You can kind of pick and choose which line you want to run here. You don't need to necessarily follow directly behind the car right in front of you. And, tires is what's going to make or break your case tonight.
Yeah, another thing too that I believe Adam was mentioning pre-race during the practice also was pit road entry. Pit road entry is pretty tricky here, and if these guys put in quite a bit of practice, I know that we're hopefully going to see a bunch of green flag laps tonight. So if green flag pit stops are going to happen tonight, these guys are really going to have to rely on some practice getting into the pit lane there, because it's not easy.
Yeah, I think, as far as this league goes, these guys are a little bit out of their element. I don't know what the other guys like to do in their spare time other than this league, but if you're talking strictly speedway racing, super speedway racing, this is a heck of a bit different here. And I think it's going to be fun. It's going to challenge these guys. It's going to be a little more technical, and I think they're all going to learn something, and maybe we'll see a fight.
Well, Adam, you run here a lot more than I have. How bumpy is this track? Is the surface pretty old? Is it very abrasive?
It's very abrasive. I don't remember it being too bumpy, but it is very abrasive. They'll eat those tires, and coming into 2, you will slide as well. You'll kind of slide up the track, and exiting 2, that's where it tightens up, and if you're not judging things right and you're in a little bit of traffic, you could see some issues. That goes for almost every corner here as far as that's concerned. If you go in too hot, you don't know what you're doing with your tires, you're going to make a long day out of it. But we got 2 fast repairs, so these guys will kind of learn as they go, I think.
That they do, as we are currently underway here with qualifying, with Derek Welch sitting up there on top of that leaderboard. Still a couple people yet to put in a lap time. Of those is going to be that 42 of Kevin Winker, who, I believe he picked up a win last week and sitting at top of the standings currently for the season. But, this party just got started, and, everyone's still all close together.
That's a 20-race season. These guys do have a long way to go, but a couple of these guys getting a real strong start coming out the gate to start the season. We also want to thank Richard Gray for joining us on Twitch. Thanks for the compliment there, Mr. Gray. And he's also pulling for Numb Thumb's racing team out there today. Numb Thumb's got a few trucks out there running. So good luck, fellas.
Yeah, the team deal probably won't play as much a role as it would in the super speedway, but it'd still be fun to see if anybody blocks anyone or stuff like that.
Well, if you're going to have people around you, you might as well have your friends around you. Yeah, we might see a little bit of that kind of strategy, kind of moving up, taking lines away, and that kind of deal. We shall see. It's always kind of good to have a teammate next to you, too, to say, hey, man, check out my right front fender for me. I think it's got some damage or whatever. It's not bad.
As we take a ride along here in that roll bar cam with Brian Skidmore. And you can just see, it's not the smoothest of tracks. There's some bumps and kind of little divots around there. He also took that very aggressive kind of apron line to set his qualifying lap.
That sucker is bumpy.
Man, he took a good little shot there as he came across the line.
Well, I just drove the thing so smooth I didn't notice the bumps. That's what happens when you're a winner here on more than one occasion. This is kind of my deal. Michigan.
Yeah.
I've never even been there, but I do enjoy this track.
You can always take the shocks out of an old Lincoln Continental or something and ride around here with it. Kind of smooth them bumps out a little bit.
As dang near everybody putting in an official qualifying time so far. One of the last holdouts here is the 27 is Curtis Critchley, so we'll watch him take a few laps around here, see if he can't get his name up there kind of towards that top of the leaderboard. But the thing I'm noticing here when I'm looking at this, my live time and stuff, and top speed without the draft, 194, 195 miles an hour.
In a truck, no less.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it'll get up and go here. and it at points acts like a super speedway, right? Because it's 2 miles,
Yeah.
but it just doesn't in aspects of drafting and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a cool combo, I think, of like a mile and a half and a super speedway. So, and I guess that's why it's 2 miles, right? I mean, kind of in the middle of the road.
It's a great track, man. Great track.
As the 27 in his first timed lap there jumps to the top of that leaderboard, setting in a very quick time there. And
Yeah, these refined motorsports guys out there, they're a growing team. They got a few more drivers out there with them today, and we'll see what they can do out there. See if they can perform, get it done.
as looks like that is going to believe everyone has qualified except for one person. We'll see if he jumps in, but he is running out of time there. But let's take a quick look at those standings we were mentioning. Like I said, it's still very early, and I mean, we're only through the first 3 races, so it's automatically counting their worst 2 finishes of the season so far. So basically, really only 1 race has counted. And you can just see there, Kevin Winkert up at the top there, getting some extra bonus points to kind of hold on to that lead. You got Rick Spencer Walt up there with a win. You got Eric Stoy up there with a win. But, you also got Brandon Eastman. He's one of those guys you want pushing you at those super speedways, and he's sitting right there in 4th. Same thing with Bradley Clay and Justin Lawson and Curtis Critchley, who were kind of new to this season, but they're definitely some names to watch out for.
Yeah, a lot of 3-way ties on the leaderboard so far, but yeah, it's going to be a long season. We're going to see these guys spread out a little bit. You won't have so many guys on top of each other right here in the standings. I'm sure it'll get spread out a little bit more.
What do we have? 35, 36 trucks?
35, I think. I think Robert in the 100, I think he's race control.
Okay, well, 35. That's going to be pretty dang cool. That's real life stuff right there.
Looking forward to this.
Man, 35 is definitely a lot. So how about we get into it and kind of run down the grid of all these cars, huh? We'll start this one off with the pole winner, Curtis Critchley, taking the qualifying a little late, but using his knowledge of what everyone else was running to take command here with Derek Welch right there on that outside of row number 1. You got Paul Durkee in the 6th. He's going to be starting here in 3rd with Bay Area Rob Chowdhury in the 408 starting in 4th. Zach Dillon's going to be starting here in 5th with Brandon Eastman starting 6th. Rodney Griffin in that 97 will be starting here 7th with the 31 of Brad Taylor starting in 8th. In 9th, we have Rick Spencer Walt, and rounding out that top 10 is going to be Michael Hicks.
The 75 truck of Brian Skidmore will be starting in 11th. The 88 of Zach Stanton starting in the 12th position. The 20 truck of Justin Lawson starting 13th. The 15 of Cody Staten starting in 14th. Little Rimmer in the 69, Gregory Turner starting in 15th place. Joshua Moore in the 51 machine starting 16th with that awesome patriotic paint job. The 64 of, is that Cale Turbeville?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He'll be starting in 17th. 33, everybody's favorite ball player, Eddie Murray, starting in 18th. The 12 of Austin Johnson will be starting in 19th. And rounding out your top 20 in the 54 truck, Brandon Coleman.
Yeah, 66 of Paul Ferdiani, 21 first. 61 of Kyle Hackett, 22nd. 60 of Kyle Jackson. I think he's going to get the EOL, so let's not even count him. 45th of Michael Reynolds, 24th. Number 110, Richard Gray, Michelob, 25th. 2 of Brian Doty, 26th. Number 10 of Stone Hutchinson, 27th. 8 of Derek Puckett, 28th. 42 of Kevin Winker, 29th. And the 24 car of Andrew Hansley, the 4th, 30th. Looks like 67 Nathan Stanley, 31st. 121 Dusty Smith, 32nd. 4 of Eric Story, 33rd. Number 25 Mark Collins, 34th. And at the back there, Henry Wyndham in a number 28 machine.
I guess Henry didn't get there quite in time to put in a lap time, or
He got an EOL penalty.
oh, he got an EOL. Okay,
Yeah, that's probably why he didn't put in the time.
gotcha.
As we prepare to get underway here, the field trying to catch back up to that pace car. Man, that pace car's flying around here.
Yeah.
As I think also people trying to get shuffled to their proper starting position as well. So they might delay this one by the looks of it.
They may add a lap of parade lap here.
They probably should.
Oh, here it comes.
Well, here pace car coming down, so getting ready to take to this green flag for the first time here tonight at Michigan. Derek Welch. Oh, they just threw it to get everyone stacked back up?
Yep.
All right.
Well, that'll give us a chance to thank Nox Medusa for joining us once again on Twitch. Thank you so much for joining us today. Over there on the YouTube, we got Numb Thumbs Gaming Community saying good luck to their racing team. Joel Moore pulling for the 51 truck. Alabama Old Man is back again, pulling for Numb Thumbs Racing. And Kayla Lawson pulling for that number 20 truck out there. And the fellow donkey farmers. Go donkey farmers.
Well, that sounds like a whole story in of itself.
Sounds like a good time there.
It could be. I mean, those things tear up a coyote.
Oh, and also Amy Turner on Facebook saying go 39. And Eddie Murray saying let's go.
That indeed.
Excited.
Everyone's excited, including that pace car, man. He was all ready to get this thing underway, but we'll get everything all re-racked up here to make sure everyone's caught up and get this thing started out the right way. And it looks like we will, as I believe the lights on that pace car are off, so we will be going to this green flag here this time across the line here with Derek Welch right up there.
Yeah, Paul Durkee looked like he's sitting inside right there.
That indeed. So here we go. Take number 2, and this one will count. Coming across the line, taking that waving green flag.
Ooh.
Side by side they go as we got a little bit of action there in the middle as they came across that line.
They're stacking up behind that white and purple machine on the inside line there. They got it sorted out though. A little bit of 3 wide action right here too.
That they do. You got the 13 of Rick Spencer Walt in between Zach Staten and Brian Skidmore right now, side by side as they head on through down this back straightaway. And you can just see, right here at the start, you can kind of get away with running just about any old line. But as this thing kind of continues to tick away, you're going to start seeing people maybe stick to one or the other. But hey, when it's this early on and you got the tires and you can make it stick, I would say head on in and go for it as Derek Welch continues to hold the lead here away from the 6 of Paul Durkee, but Paul Durkee's not letting him go on that outside. He's currently still sitting there trying to maybe gather up some momentum and save those tires as well.
Yeah, it's a good time to experiment, isn't it, Adam? If you're this early in the race, go ahead and try a few different lines to see what you're comfortable with if you didn't get to do a whole lot of practice.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing a good job of that too. And pay attention to how these tires start acting because they're gonna get ate up real quick. I think with the
we got a truck around. It's down on the apron. We're still green. It was the one machine of Derek Welch.
Ooh, man.
From the lead. Oh man, that's not good. Lost about
causing,
15 positions there.
Yeah, he's still causing some issues as he drags on to the back here. But yeah, I mean, play with it. Figure out what you where you can run comfortably. These guys. There's a lot of trucks out there, so you got to worry about your neighbor too.
And that you do, as you can kind of start to see, like the top 6 or 7 are all single filed out now, but there's still some racing going on here. Like we got Cody Staten in the 15 battling it out with the 97 of Rob Rodney Griffin, excuse me, for 9th and 10th right now, as all these guys are still trying to kind of jockey their way up through this field, making everything count, as we're almost 4 wide back here. Man, talk about a gaggle.
And thanks, Gabriel, for joining us on YouTube, pulling for Kyle Hackett, and Mr. Bill pulling for Joshua out there, Joshua Moore.
Yeah, there's just so many trucks out here and so much action. It's kind of hard to follow who's doing what right now, but really, really good racing so far. And
you're not kidding, because as we leave the action back there in the back, up front, kind of towards that 14th, 15th spots, we were 3 wide there for a good second, and looks like we might be going back to it here in just a moment. But I mean, everyone is definitely making their trucks noticed here tonight with their fellow competitors. You know, not shying away from any action that's going on, as we got a new leader of Brandon Eastman shuffling his way up here through the front.
Yeah, a lot of side-by-side. Guys are racing each other pretty hard back here in about 9th, 10th, 11th spot. Oh, barrier runs up. Spinning across the track. One of the Staten boys was involved in that.
Yeah, the 408 got loose there. Yeah, that was not pretty.
And that is going to bring out our first caution of the night. Let's go ahead and take a look back and see what exactly happened back here.
88, I think, owned that on the radio.
Oh, just tagged that 408, and 408 had nothing to do but go for a ride up to that outside wall, and man, did he pirouette, and unfortunately tagged the 2 truck as well of Brian Doty. And man, that was got some ballerina action going on in that one.
Yeah, it's hard to tell where you need to go when there's that much happening on the track, the smoke, and you got a truck spinning, but you don't know if he's going to end up on the high side of the track or low side of the track. But you do have to back your speed down. We saw the 2 come in at the end of that. Didn't look like he dumped off much speed before he got up there to the scene of the wreck there.
Yeah.
But hey, these guys.
What about that arrow there with the 88? Obviously, he barely nicked him, if he nicked him at all, and just turned him loose.
Yeah. He must have had some air pulled off a spoiler or something there. And plus, right, that's a very vulnerable place to touch another truck right there on that left rear corner. Just upsets the balance of that truck and makes it extremely loose quick.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's going to come down here on the pit road. Well, almost everyone.
Just about, as the 120 of Zach Dillon and the 42 of Kevin Winker deciding to stay out here. And at least for Winker, I know he put in a ton of laps of practice here, so he's got a strategy in mind and he's sticking to it.
Yeah, at some point, if we have another caution, we might want to give him a holler and see what his mentality is. He's moved up 27 spots, so I think he wants to stay up front there.
Several trucks using that fast repair. They got a couple of them, though, don't they, Adam?
Yeah, they have 2 fast repairs here, so this one will get your attention, and if you need to use the other one, you could be in trouble.
Hopefully keep that in your back pocket till a little bit closer to the end, because you think there's some aggressive action out there right now. Just wait until later.
Man, you're not kidding. But you know, just to kind of tag on to what you said there early on there, Mr. Turner, was, you know, watch out for the exits of these turns and whatnot. And you saw that with the leader. He got loose and ended up losing a whole bunch of spots of that.
Yeah, I mean, I love this track, but it's technical compared to what these guys are used to. So I think as the day goes along, they're going to learn a lot, and hopefully they'll learn, or they're going to end up back in the caution land again. but I expect to at least see a couple more cautions. That's just the nature of this track.
Absolutely. Kayla Lawson letting us know that they're donkey farmers because they're hauling ass. That's what I guess that's where it comes from.
Oh, okay.
Tabor
That's
Mowry.
not bad.
Tabor Mowry out there watching us tonight. Thank you, Tabor.
Oh, the boss man's watching, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. I better be on my best behavior. You know,
Yeah,
I don't want to go off the rails or anything like I normally do.
He's definitely pumping us up tonight. We appreciate it. And Allie McDaniel saying, good luck, Kyle Hackett. Abigail is cheering you on, Daddy. So go out there and get it done, Kyle. Let's see what else we got going on the social medias. Well, looks like good for right now. Everybody's pretty enthralled with the action on the track instead of listening to us talk, I'm sure.
Oh, that I'm sure, as we're going to be entering turns 3 and 4 for the final time under this caution. We're going to be led here by Zach Dillon and Kevin Winker, getting these 2 rows all wound up and ready to rumble, as they would say. And pace car going to be making that dive off down into pit road here. And, you know, that's something to also think of if we have green flag pit stops come up. I know you saw it earlier, man. That's a tough turn to come down pit road, but that pace car makes that turn quite easily, and away we go. And, man, Zach Dillon getting a great start there, able to get way out in front from the jump. And that's also going to allow that 6 of Paul Durkee to keep moving up on that inside line as well. So Kevin Winker maybe sleeping on the tree a little bit, fell back a spot.
Yeah, that can happen. It's especially for these guys that maybe don't race here very often. It's hard to tell when that green flags will come out and they're trying to anticipate it. Sometimes you just can't anticipate it. Whoa, big checkup, 66. 75 and 39 dodging him.
As we're still 3 wide there, and looks like we're able to kind of get out of it. But yeah, man, that was treacherous.
Adam, this is one of them tracks where if you get it down and get a piece of that apron without really realizing it, it can send that truck sideways, can't it?
Yeah, you don't want to be down there either. I think we had a little bit of that on that last caution. He went down pretty low, and hey, this is different, you know, compared to what we're seeing with HCK Beagles. Great league. Look at all these guys out on track, man. I mean, we got Team America versus Team Canada here, which is pretty cool. We can get into that at some point when we get to talk to Winker. He's the captain of Team America.
Yes.
As speaking of that 42 truck right now, he's side by side with that leader as we got a couple rows up here at the front, trying to take that lead back after that kind of poor restart, but losing a little bit of momentum there, maybe not able to take his line out as wide as he would have liked to coming out of that corner. So he's going to actually end up staying there in third, and Paul Durkee is going to be able to hang on to the lead here as these guys at the front kind of shuffling around.
Want to also thank tonight's sponsors, JKR Motorsports. These guys, you can find them on YouTube. They got a pretty cool little YouTube channel where they show the dirt go-karts that these guys build and race out there in North Carolina. It's a pretty interesting deal. So thanks JKR Motorsports for sponsoring tonight's race.
Yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. And more cool stuff, I mean, back here in 20th place, we got a pretty good battle for 18, 19, 20 here. Just kind of nose to tail. They're kind of feeling it out. A little side by side. They're going 3 wide from time to time. Just kind of, I think they're learning it, you know, kind of learning as they go.
Oh, yeah, man. Right now, as that one got really close, as the 45 of Michael Grenolds and the 61 of Kyle Hackett had a 121 of Dusty Smith between them. Dusty Smith making his HCK Beagles debut here tonight, trying to move his way up this leaderboard right now, sitting in 23rd, but like we said, still a ton of race as we got contact back here. Cars up into the wall, and I think we're going to still be green flag because they were able to keep it relatively straight after hitting that wall.
Yeah, that's a little bit of going in, a little too hot, not probably knowing where your tire wear is.
Oh, the 97's around.
Oh, big
51.
contact into the
Man.
wall. Car sideways across the track, and we got a pileup.
Oh, and the 51 or more got hit about 5 times trying to get that thing stopped.
It's a tricky one, y'all.
Carol Hansley joining us on Facebook, pulling for the 24 Andrew. Man, there's still a truck out there trying to get refired. 97. Trying to get that thing refired.
Kind of playing out like I said, right? This is like the first time I've ever been an expert at anything.
Well, you know this track.
Yeah, man. Kind of playing out how I thought it would.
Dang. I'd be calling the 51, the driver of the 51, an ambulance right now if this was real.
Same thing with that 97.
Yeah,
just looked like that 97 and the truck down there underneath him, man. They were just kind of going for the same spot on the track, not really like merging that quick, but they definitely made some contact, and that's going to bring out our second caution here of the night here on lap 16 of 70. Paul Durkee currently in the lead of this thing with that 42 of Kevin Winker sitting right there behind him. Now it's going to be interesting to see if all those people that pitted on lap 7 come down, and looks like a good chunk of them will.
Yeah, Winker's down. I'd like to talk to him if we could after this pit stop, see kind of where his mindset might be. You know, he's kind of stayed out of the fray, been lucky to be up front.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely going to be more challenging for him as he works his way back to the front, you know.
I don't think this is one of those tracks that you can just come in and get 2 tires. I think that it's probably abrasive enough that we've seen these tires fall off pretty quick. Everybody's going to come get 4, ain't they?
Oh, I'm pretty certain about that they'd probably definitely come down to take 4 tires, as we got some action coming down off of pit road. Richard Gray and Dusty Smith staying out. So we got a couple trucks up there with maybe some slightly older stuff, but Paul Durkee beats out Kevin Winker as Justin Lawson and Cale Turbeville. Man, those guys had a drag race coming down off of pit road, but Justin picking up the spot there. Same thing with Brad Taylor and Brandon Eastman. Those guys were side by side as they exited pit lane as well.
Yeah, Tabor Mowry's telling us on YouTube saying, yeah, Michigan's a weird track, super racy, multiple lines can be run there, and it makes it really fun to race. It makes it really fun to watch too. I don't think we've ever been disappointed watching this track in any other leagues, and I'm glad to see that HCK Beagles guys are running it this season.
Yeah, I hope they put it in that Midwest Days of Thunder League for the Truck Series. That's coming up this year. And another cool league we like to watch and part of, Midwest Days of Thunder. Check them out when you get a chance. I can't find old Winker here. I'm trying to see if we can talk to him, but you know, I'm not the computer whiz. I don't know who's computer whiz around here. Not me.
Let me see. I don't see him in the. Oh, I got him. You want me to pull him in now?
Yeah, give him a quick one.
Hey, Kevin, it's Alan, and Adam up here in the booth. We're already kind of picking up on some little moves that you're making out there. Up quite a few spots, up 25, sitting there in 4th. I know we had a couple early cautions here, but how do you think the race is going so far?
It's not going too bad. I did some pitch strategy there because I had a crappy qualifying run, and then I worked out, pitted with the rest of these guys, so now I'm back up towards the front, and we'll see how it goes from here.
And Josh Moore got a pretty bad beating on that last caution. I'm sure he had to burn a fast repair. How's the rest of your team making out so far?
I think Zach got caught up in that first caution, and then Cody got caught up. So far not too good besides me. So hopefully we can change that around and get some luck on our side for the rest of the race.
All right, man. Good luck to you. We're about to get it, so good luck.
Thank you.
A little inside baseball action there.
Check out the Flex Seal guys on the inside there.
Flex shot, flex glue. They got all the flexes.
Oh,
man.
yeah, they got all the flexes.
That
Pace
they
car's off.
do as the pace car comes down pit road. Dusty Smith and Richard Michelob Gray side by side for this restart. Man, that 6 not wasting any time, tucking down low. So we're going to be 3 wide here as we enter turns 1 and 2 for the lead. And it looks like that 6 with that big time run, man, he was not waiting around for nobody, coming right on up through, and he's going to take the lead away just like that. Same thing with Justin Lawson in that 20. He's going to shuffle right on through, as well as he might have a little bit of a bump here from that 42 of Winker.
Yeah, we got about 50 laps to go. Why use your patience here, you know? Might as well just try to jam it up to the front and see what happens. That's kind of what looks like we're doing right now.
Tabor on YouTube saying, "Let's go Michelob." Pulling for the 110. He's got his work cut out for him with these old tires that are
He's making a move here.
13 laps old.
As we're kind of 3 wide back here for, man, I think that's like 10th with Zach Dillon and Eric Stoy and Curtis Critchley. I mean, this track definitely allows you to do that 3 wide, but you've got to think you might want to reserve a little bit of that patience and try to save those tires just a little bit, because I'm going to assume we're going to probably see a long green flag run here at some point.
It's hard
Yeah, I
to
would hope
tell,
so.
man.
I mean, they're real racy for this early in the race, you know what I mean? And look at them go 3 wide there. Just it's entertaining. I'll give them that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got the 120 of Zach Dillon right there, the 75 of Brian Skidmore. Oh, we got a truck up in the wall.
Yep, and that's
And
going
a
to bring
couple
out
more.
a caution. Yep,
27, 75.
got racy. That's what happened.
Bad rear end damage on the 27 and the 75. 27 recognizing that the pit was still closed, so wise choice to swing it back out there onto the apron.
Yeah, 75 just took the blame for that. Whatever just happened there.
Yeah, he's taking the blame, and he's going to also take an EOL probably for entering a closed pit, but sometimes I'd rather do that than take a risk of, not being able to make it all the way around.
And you're not kidding. Let's take another look at it, because I think the original situation happened right before all the chaos. Looks like maybe the 110 and the 75 just got squeezed together a little bit there, and the 75 kind of tagged that wall and pinballed between that top line of cars, and man, that's you saw what happened after that.
Who's that blue and white truck that 76 smashed his whole front end there? Not able to check up. That's Michael Higgs. Dang.
Yeah, 75 just came down on Michelob, and all hell broke loose after that.
And thanks for joining us, Brandon Noah, as well, pulling for our pal Winker out there in the 42.
Yeah, as
Yes,
we're going to be approaching, believe it or not, halfway here in about 10 laps or so. So, I mean, this race is definitely moving by actually at a fairly quick clip. As normally if we see 60 or 70 laps at Daytona or Talladega, even though it's only half a mile longer, man, those races can kind of drift on. But this one's moving along pretty quick.
Yeah, we're a third of the way done, yeah. And look who's joining us on Facebook, Jonathan Osborne. Good to see you on there, Jonathan. You can watch Jonathan Osborne tomorrow night in the Vigilante Racing Series. They'll be racing, guess what? Trucks at Michigan tomorrow.
Oh,
Good luck to you tomorrow, Jonathan. If you've never heard that guy's story, it's one hell of a story, and he's one of our favorite guys to watch on Wednesday nights. So definitely good luck tomorrow, Jonathan.
yeah. tune in and do a little research. They put out a podcast, the Vigilante Report, and you kind of tell Jonathan's story. And man, he makes a good race out of it every time, and just an awesome story. If y'all ever get a chance, please check that out. And those guys at Vigilante Racing, we broadcast that. Come watch us, man. We put on a show too, just like the drivers do.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. As Paul Durkee and Justin Lawson will be starting side by side for this next restart. As looks like Dusty Smith there, probably one of the oldest tires out there up towards the front. He's going to be starting here right around 6th on much older tires than a lot of these guys. And we're definitely starting to see that split of kind of that pit strategy going on now.
Yeah. Andrew Hansley in that 24 truck is also on that same strategy. He's up to 11th right now. He's been riding around about 28th, 29th place so far tonight, but taking a little chance on some pit strategy. Trying to bust into that top 10.
Yeah, it's going to come into play at some point. I just don't know right here. You get tires when you can get them.
That's
my
right.
guess.
I'd save some do the opposite stuff for maybe, my last stop or two.
That was a great Seinfeld when they just do the opposite, If Costanza wants to do the opposite, everything turned out okay.
As pace cars making that dive here down pit road once again, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Paul Durkee and Justin Lawson gonna be starting side by side here. 2 flex shot cars going at it across the line here, side by side down into turn number 1. And man, they are still side by side there as both cars getting a great restart. But looks like Kevin Winker on that inside line in the 42 is going to be able to shoot right on up through a tiny little gap there and sneak right in front of that 20. So he's now back all over that leader of Paul Durkee.
So you got 2 teammates coming up here to challenge 2 other teammates and try to split them up. We got a truck around. It's the 33. Oh, it's a pile up.
Eddie Murray.
I can't believe there's no yellow yet.
As we got trucks going on down into the grass. We got the 45 still cruising right through that grass, and still no caution yet. So we're going to be green flag racing still here, as looks like everybody was off that racing surface maybe by the time that that flag was about to be thrown. So
it's about 6 trucks involved in that thing, huh?
Well,
there it is.
They threw it late. I think they threw it, just to settle up the field, I imagine.
So let's go ahead and take a look back to see what happened back here with our favorite baseball player, the 33 of Eddie Murray.
And that guy can hit.
45's dog walking around this track too, man. Thing won't even drive straight. Have some help.
Oh no, the 33 just went up and snagged that outside wall, tried to save it, but came back up and across the track and caught that 45. And yeah, you just kind of
Michelob lucked out there.
Oh man, did Michelob luck out?
Somebody just lucked out back on the backstretch checking up for that pace car, man. Well, these guys are not used to this track, are they?
Absolutely not. Tell you what, it's fun to watch, I'll tell you that.
Ooh, boy, as the 69 of Gregory Turner, Little Rimmer, man. Go ahead and watch his little in-cockpit replay, because boy, oh boy, that was dicey for him.
Man.
New, maybe a new pair of pants needed for that 69.
Possibly.
What's going on over there in Louisiana? You got the Omicron? What's happening? You got a lot of coughing going. You all right?
It's just seasonal crap,
Do
you know?
I need to send someone your way?
No, this happens every damn year.
I'm worried about the armor crown. You know, that's winter of death is coming, so I want you to be A-okay. You know, just checking on you.
As we got some more kind of splitting up of the pit strategy here again. Kevin Winker staying out. Same thing with Zach Staten, Stone Hutchinson, Cody Staten, Paul Ferdiani, and the 110 of Richard Gray all staying out. Same thing with Mark Collins, Joshua Moore, Kyle Hackett, and Henry Wyndham all staying out. And so that's your top 10. And I mean, I understand, you know, we've had quite a few cautions already and whatnot, but like I said earlier, we're due for a green flag run.
Albert McBride on YouTube saying, Adriana says, let's go Justin Lawson, number 20. And Allie McDaniel saying, I can't imagine how terrifying that would have been in VR. I will tell you this from personal experience, Allie, it's not very fun. You have to remind yourself to close your eyes, because if you're not really used to it, you will get sick, I'm telling you.
Speaking of terrifying, is Richard Michelob Gray on work release? I thought he wasn't allowed to do anything on Tuesdays.
He doesn't work a chain gang, man. He's work construction.
I thought he might be on like a work release program. They're letting him back in. No,
he's
somebody else.
He's not cutting the ditch weeds with a sling blade. He's out there paving highways and stuff.
Oh, okay. I got him confused with somebody else, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna have to apologize to him after this.
Well, you know,
we don't want you to get suspended again, you know.
Well, that's happened to me once, and we don't want to talk about it, but trying to behave.
As I'm scrolling through our field here as we get stacked back up once again, obviously, you know, we got Henry Wyndham there up 25, 26 spots towards that top 10. He's a big mover, but I mean, even the 4 of Eric Stoy, man, he's had to do some bobbing and weaving there. He's still in that kind of top 20 spot there, up 13. And I mean, you would have to think, you know, although Eric Stoy, you know, he's got a win and does pretty well with a 35 plus truck field, you got to feel pretty good about a top 20 here.
Yeah, and look, I think he just blew his qualifying lap, his money lap. I think he might have just blew his. I mean, he qualified 33rd, you know, 7/10 off a few of these guys. Oh no, not that far off. But yeah, I just don't think he got the qualifying time he wanted. But he's making up for it now because he's consistent.
As the pace car comes diving down pit road here once again, green flag racing we go, as we got some action going on there in the back. I don't think everybody got all lined up where they iRacing might have told them to be. So a little ugly start kind of towards the back there as we're 3 wide all the way back here for 22nd, as we got some action going on up here at the front. Great restart there from Kevin Winker, and Cody and Zach Staten both having great restarts there. Same thing with the 10 of Stone Hutchinson, so able to kind of get out and maybe truck some laps around here.
Richard Gray up in the outside wall letting the field around. I don't know if he had a problem or...
Oh, as we got a car losing it coming down into pit lane.
We're starting to see that. We knew it was hard getting down there.
Don't know if he purposely was trying to come down or whatnot, but
he missed the cone too.
Yeah, there's all kinds of craziness happening out here. But Team America, look at Team America out front there with them State boys. That's a country and western movie. The State boys take Michigan.
Sound like they should be taking like a stagecoach robbery or something, you know? The Staten boys.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
As the 66 of Paul Ferdiani moves around that 10 painted 99 of Stone Hutchinson, maybe trying to change things up and change some
line, don't he?
Luck up, and man, he is moving right on through. He's now up towards that inside of Cody Staten, and so Paul Ferdiani making up quite a few spots up there, 15, 17 spots up for the day. Doing a heck of a job out there. Same thing with that 61 of Kyle Hackett. He's been making some slow moves out there, but moving up now up into that top 10.
If you're the 66, how long can you do that though? Run that real tight, low inside line and burn that. You know he's burning that right front up on that having that steering wheel turn so far, and he loses a lot of momentum coming off the turns. But how long can he keep that up before it just starts pushing like a dump truck?
Not long. He's going to have to learn how to adjust his, where he lifts and, where he puts that truck. Kind of, it's a groove track, man. You get in a groove, you can make up ground quickly here if you're really using that brain. There's a lot of brains in here, believe it or not. You got to use your brain driving these trucks. It's not for dummies, So it's like I like to say, it's chess. It's not checkers.
As we almost have a little bit of super speedway action going on up here at the front. We had a couple lines of people going through there. As we got that 20 of Justin Lawson maybe coming out of line just a little bit. That's going to allow that 51 of Joshua Moore to make up some ground, but we're also going to be 3 wide here for a second.
Yeah, the 20 taking a page out of the 66's playbook, trying to run that low line, at least for a lap or two to try to pick up a couple positions. You can't do it forever. Pick up a couple and move back up.
But it is amazing how you can make up ground here if you're attacking the track a little bit different than your competitors and kind of paying attention to what they do and trying a little bit of something different. And you can make up ground real quick here.
Joshua Moore got a little loose or something there, moved up the track. 6 taking advantage. I'm not sure that he wanted to do that. He's got some teammates around him now, though.
Yes, the 20 of Justin Lawson, man, he is working that bottom line to perfection for him. Looks like he's trying to maybe make a move up here for the lead here on that 42 of Kevin Winker as they go side by side into 1 and 2. And
he's going to try it.
He's going to just get clear. A little bit of a crossover here for Kevin Winker. Going to now move to the inside and try to take that spot back.
Paul Ferdiani wants in on that too. He said, I'll follow you in there on that crossover.
Boy, that shows you how tight it gets coming out of 2 there. That was a really good look at how tight it gets right there.
When you explained that pre-race, I didn't really understand how it would look, but you described it pretty damn well. That's what we're starting to see now.
That's the 42 and the 66 are now side by side for the lead with that 20 of Justin Lawson sitting there just kind of waiting this one out, really nowhere to go, being kind of blocked in just a little bit, but he's also got the Staten boys sitting right there. He's got Joshua Moore sitting right behind him. Don't count out Stone Hutchison either. He's trying to make up some ground here as he's stuck in the middle. 3 wide, gonna be 4 wide here.
Baby.
This is tight. Yeah, it's very cool to watch this stuff. Totally different ends of the track. I mean, it's a completely different race on each end.
'25 truck, 25 Superflow machine. They're right above the 39. Is that Mark Collins? Mark Collins in the 25. I'm sorry, Mark. Had to look for your name there, bud. It's a pretty cool looking truck. The fuchsia. You can't really miss that thing. Very colorful.
As that 42 of Winker looks like to have kind of survived that little bit of a charge, and the 66 of Paul Ferdiani starting to slide backwards just a little bit. So Justin Lawson able to take back that second place from him. And you can maybe start to see those old tires starting to come into play as we're 3 wide right behind them here, coming out of turn number 2 and able to get it back down to 2 wide is Brandon Eastman, Cody Staten, Zach Staten.
Yeah, we've had a pretty good green flag run here, and I think we're definitely going to see this tire wear within the next 5 laps. Things are going to start shaking up a little bit.
Well, everybody's going to need to come get some fuel anyway. can you really push these tires? If you didn't take tires the last stop, are you going to push them all the way to the end of this fuel run? I mean, I guess you have to.
Yeah, you're not going to have a choice. Winker is out there, and he last pitted on lap 16, so he has got some super old tires somehow leading the pace right now.
As here comes that 39 of Brandon Eastman, came in on lap 27, making use of those newer tires right now, trying to inch his way up through this field. Also, Justin Lawson has like those 10, 11 laps fresher tires here, but he's still being held up by Winker just a little bit. But here comes Eastman. Might have been saving up those tires for a charge just like this, kind of mid-run. He's going to be able to sneak his way up to that inside of the 20, and maybe
big wreck.
Issues behind him in the 6
and 31 and the 51. Whoa! 31, he dead. He just hit that part of the wall that kind of goes in where the emergency vehicles come out. We're still green.
Still green flag racing here, and we'll have to go back to take a look what happened there if we get a late caution. But right now, Brandon Eastman making a pass here for the lead. He's able to get right around Kevin Winker fairly easily, but the 20 of Justin Lawson is going to kind of use that of getting Winker out of maybe the groove that he was running. So now he's trying to make a move up here, caught right on up to that 39 of Eastman, as we got a little bit of contact there, losing it, but remains control. So we're going to be 2 wide, going to be 3 wide here across the line.
20 very loose right there.
One thing, a lot of conversations out there on the radio about that caution. I'm not sure. Do we have race control cautions and not iRacing cautions here?
I think you might be right. I think it might be admin cautions only.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of 35 trucks. Not an easy job.
So here's one thing I did not do. I didn't get in until late today. Usually during race prep, I'll run a fuel run and check and see the mileage. This is a 2-mile track. These guys run some high RPMs. They're running fast. They're burning a lot of gasoline. It's 75% fuel load is what's allowed here. So how long until Kevin Winker starts to kind of look for that low line to go into the pits?
I'd be willing to bet here maybe in the next 10 laps. I would assume probably a full fuel run here is about 40 laps. He last pitted on 16, assuming he probably topped up on fuel, which I'm sure he did. So that's right around that lap 50 mark, and we're going to be coming up onto that here in just about 5 laps.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet he's 1 tires before fuel, so he may try to split that in the middle if there's not a caution here pretty soon.
Yeah, a couple folks kind of lobbying for a caution during that last little incident, but race control didn't believe that it was a big enough danger to the other trucks out there. So the 31 lost at least a lap because he had to come in and get a fast repair. I think he lost a couple.
75 Skidmore is talking about he's going to come down, talking on the radios. So it was a 76.
He's
so
got a few people following him. So yes, we're starting to see some green flag pit stops, and those guys weren't necessarily on super old tires either.
Winker's down on the inside line now. Coming down the backstretch, let's see if he goes down and hits pit lane. Staying super low.
That he
Looks
is.
like he's grabbing gears.
Yep, so he's going to be coming on down. Come on, slow that puppy up. Oh, locking those things down, and that one's going to be close.
You don't want to get a speeding penalty or unsafe pit entry under green, because guess what? You got to serve that penalty under green, and you're going to lose all ton of positions and track position. Hopefully he'll get woed up.
It's kind of our top 7 are all single filed out. We'll follow along here with the 27 of Curtis Critchley, someone who we haven't said much. He's been one of those that's been dominating those super speedway tracks, but he's slowly working his way up. He's currently down 6, sitting in 7th, trying to make up as much ground as he can. And right behind him, you got Mark Collins and Brandon Coleman right there as well.
Yeah, a pretty big mover, up 7, the Canadian, Rick Spencer-Walt, right now currently in P2. Well, he's going to need the pit as well, so this is where you start using your brain, you know, start trying to do math and analytics and all this crazy stuff that goes on out there.
That's the 60 of Kyle Jackson and the 4 of Eric Stoy have a little bit of a battle here for a top 10 spot, as you got the 51 of, excuse me.
Talking about more?
Yes, yeah, excuse me, yeah.
On the apron here.
Sorry, I was clicking buttons here. Yeah, but the 51 of Moore kind of shuffling his way up through the field.
You got enough buttons to run the space shuttle up there into the moon, so I know it's a tough job.
Allie McDaniel, to answer your question, it's a 2-mile track. 2 miles exactly.
Oh, as we got
on pit.
a lot of people, including Brandon Eastman, Justin Lawson, Cody Staten, Cale Turbeville. So we're definitely seeing those pit stops, and it looks like, barring any more cautions, probably the last one of the night for a lot of these guys.
Albert Anderson, thanks for joining us on Facebook. You can watch Albert tomorrow, too, in that 12 machine. America's driver, Albert Anderson.
You dang right, that's America's driver.
He says Eastman's always strong. He does. He's one of those guys that you really look for late in the race, because he can surprise you. He can kind of sneak up on you, I think. So they're putting on a show.
He's going to have to do some sneaking where he's at now.
Also, Ricky Wittenberg commenting on Facebook saying, you guys are going to get your fill of Michigan this week. I tell you what, Ricky, if tomorrow's as fun as tonight, you guys are going to have a blast. I guarantee you. They're at Vigilante Racing. They get some good car counts too, or truck counts in this case. So
yeah,
if it's exciting tonight, it's going to be exciting tomorrow too, especially if you get some green flag stops like this.
Yeah, the guys put on a show, and we're going to put on a show with them, and it's going to be awesome, man. I love these trucks and this track. I could watch this 5 days a week, man. I love it.
As we got the 15 of Cody Staten and the 20 of Justin Lawson going side by side here, as those two all trying to make up some ground. I think all of them have made their pit stop, so trying to get back up there and catch on up to the leaders, as Gregory Turner in that 69 truck, he's moved on up into 8th, yet to make his final pit stop here, but he's also been kind of cruising around in the back. You can kind of see a little bit of damage there on his truck, but he's snags that outside wall, wiggling and jiggling all the way down the back straightaway, and does able to catch that one.
I don't know, what are you, bad luck for him there? Wow.
Here comes Eric Stoy and Kyle Jackson in the pits, along with Bay Area Rob Chowdhury in the 408. Well, my scoring thing is going nuts, so I may be mistaken there.
Yeah, you can't really watch that thing half the time. There's so many trucks out here. It causes mass confusion. The computer's not as fast as the human.
As right now, that 27 of Curtis Critchley hangs on here into the lead, but he's going to come down pit road now, so that's going to gift that lead over to Michael Grenolds if he decides he wants to stay out. But it looks like he is going to be coming down in. So you also got Andrew Hansley now moving up into the lead. So we're exchanging leads here as we cycle around through.
Miss Carroll's watching you, Andrew. Don't screw it up now.
He's up 29 spots. The SDK gaming board is working harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter tonight.
Yeah, and thanks Brandy Johnson for joining us on Facebook. Pulling for Cale. Cale Turbeville in the 64 truck. Thanks for joining us, Brandy.
As we continue to cycle things around here, you also got that 8 of Derek Rowdy Puckett. Hasn't had the best of luck so far this season, but doing pretty well here right now. Sitting in second, still hasn't made that last pit stop yet, but you know, he's definitely one to kind of watch out for. But the yellow flag is out.
Huh. I didn't see that get thrown by.
There's one on the front stretch mowing the grass. That has to be it.
Oh,
Richard Gray. Yeah. He was on work release, somehow ended up in the grass.
Oh, man. What will happen there?
We had some side-by-side contact there. Let's see if I can't get to this camera. He was coming up onto the 12 truck, and oh man, just dropping down a little too low and getting into that truck. But that 110 going through the grass and kind of mowing the lawn here, and you know, for some people that's gonna maybe mess some things up, being trapped a lap down because of how pit stops happened, and as well as, you know, that is going to allow Joshua Moore, Kevin Winker, and Zach Staten to catch on up for free up to the leaders here of Andrew Hansley and Derek Puckett, who have yet to pit. So it'll be interesting to see with Andrew. I don't know if he will make it to the end here. He pitted on lap 27, but the 8 of Puckett, he pitted on lap 16, so you know he's got to probably come down here.
Yeah, Rowdy's definitely coming. Hey, look, I guarantee you, Adam, if you're down there, I bet you just saw half the crew chiefs on the pit boxes crumbling up their pit strategy and throwing it in the trash can over there, because now you have so many cars that stayed out, so many cars that pitted. We didn't finish the cycle, in other words.
No, and you can do all you want as far as strategy, this, strategy, that, but it's like rolling dice in Waco, man. You never know how the thing's going to play out. You're just guessing, right? I mean, it's kind of like an educated guess. They're following the science. That's what they do. They follow the science, and then when the science doesn't really work, they just kind of, you know, have to come up with something else on the fly, like give you a booster or something like that. So that's what's going on down here. They're, you know what, it's not going according to some of their plan, but hey, I bet it's going according to a couple of other guys' plans, you know.
Just change strategies. I mean, you just change it over and over and over.
Change it up. Yeah, I mean, Delta, Omicron, whatever. Just change it. Keep going.
So
get something new.
The 408 truck was pushing Rowdy Puckett down. He must have run out of fuel. He was pushing him down pit road there. Get some good sportsmanship out there. We see it every week with these guys. Pretty good sportsmanship. A lot of good guys racing out here.
Well, not only that, but just kind of looking through and all the people that did end up coming down, it looked like only a few people actually stayed out.
Okay, good. It wasn't as many as I thought then.
Yeah, so it kind of leveled out. Looks like Kyle Jackson, Henry Wyndham stayed out. I don't know if they're going to come in at fairly soon or what, but I think it's going to be leveled out pretty much.
It'll definitely be one to watch here, as we got that 39 of Eastman back up into the front. You got the 64 of Cale Turbeville. He's up there now. It's going to be restarting here in second. We haven't seen him up front yet today, so he's having a pretty good run, up 15 spots. Same thing with that 4 of Eric Stoy. He's up 29 spots, sitting there in fourth as well. So got quite a bit of movers, maybe taking a little bit of advantage of this late caution.
And you're going to have so many of these trucks up here are going to make it on fuel. So they're done pitting. Unless, of course, there's an accident. We got an accident under caution here.
Well, they're doing this wave around. They extended the caution. I don't know. Everybody's just kind of sorting it out here.
Bumper cars back here next to the 42.
This league, they grow like gremlins, man. We get new drivers all the time. I'm trying to learn some of these newer guys, but yeah, it's a very popular HCK Beagles Racing League, man. These guys are fun to watch. They're doing something different tonight. Usually they do super speedways, so I think that's what's causing some of the issues here. They're kind of learning how to work this thing together.
They're incorporating a couple of new tracks this season, and this is the first. I think they brought on 2 more. I have to double check the schedule.
Yeah, I'd like to look and see, but I get confused real easy, you know. I don't know what's going on half the time. I don't know what day of the week it is, so.
Thought I was the only one.
No, I believe next week these guys will be going to Indy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It's 2.5 miles, totally different than your typical NASCAR super speedway.
Yep, Laid Back Racing will be back next week to sponsor that. Track, they were the sponsor at the iRacing Super Speedway race. So good to see them back next week. This week though, JKR Motorsports, dirt kart builders out of North Carolina. Go check out their YouTube page. They got some cool videos on there. Those are serious karts, man. I mean, I thought I was going to see them going around just kind of putting around like go-karts you had when you were a kid. Absolutely not.
Oh, that's not something you get at Atwoods or nothing, right? That's
No.
that's the real deal.
Serious, son.
And it's in North Carolina, so it's probably the real deal.
Oh, yeah.
So we get ready to get this thing back underway here with Brandon Eastman and Cale Turbeville starting up here at the front. Curtis Critchley still trying to make his comeback. Is going to be starting in third with Eric Stoy there in fourth. We're going to have 11 laps to go here, and time for our poll question of the race. How many more cautions do you all think we're going to have here tonight? As that pace car making that dive off down into pit road, getting ready here as the flagman is already arm raised, and green flag is now waving, and away we go. Great restart there from Brandon Eastman, able to get everybody all single filed out up at the front. That's also going to allow that 27 of Curtis Critchley maybe to use some momentum that he gained and has some open space out there on the outside. Going to try to work his way around that 64 of Turbeville. As right behind them, everyone's starting to kind of shuffle around, as well as you can see the 51 of Joshua Moore having a little battle there with the 66 of Paul Ferdiani, trying to get up here into that top 10.
I'd keep your eye on Winker, man. He's going to slice and dice this thing up as best he can here.
He's trying to keep 24 behind him, isn't he?
Oh, man, that he did.
Ansley had a run on the inside. Kevin moved on down there and said, Jennifer Murray joining us on Facebook, pulling for Eddie Murray. Let's go, Eddie.
Eddie Murray, the best baseball player the Orioles ever saw besides Cal Ripken.
He needs a couple way rounds, though, if he's going to be competitive tonight.
Hey, he's still out there having fun.
Back there, oh, yeah.
As we're up here at the front, Curtis Critchley running that bottom line, trying to get around that 39 of Brandon Eastman. Tons of space between them as they come here across the line. Brandon able to hang on to that lead for another lap, but man, Curtis is really trying to challenge him, moving up through that inside. But he's also got Cale and Rick and Eric all sitting right there lining. Wait, as we got contact behind him, able to save it and get down across the track right in front of all that traffic. Good gravy. Great driving there, boys. Able to save that one from being a big-time mess. And we are still green flag racing here with 9 laps left to go.
Yeah, Hansley in the 24 and Paul Ferdiani got together doing a little door banging there. And Andrew Hansley coming on the radio saying, hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to crowd you up there.
Yeah, they saved it, and thank God we didn't have a caution there. I think we put that out there. Who's going to guess how many cautions we're going to get? We've got about 6-7 laps.
I don't know.
Well,
hey, look, there's one. 28. the 121 of Dusty Smith involved in that.
Oh, I heard somebody upset on the radio. Maybe we're not going to have some friends after this one. Kyle Jackson wasn't real happy.
I missed that. I think my computer bleeped it out.
Well, they're usually bleeping me out, but I might have to bleep these guys out.
Let's take a look back here. As we had a kind of a slow truck kind of right around there in the middle. Looks like that was that was that 121 of Dustin Smith. I don't know exactly what happened that he was going so slow, but he had a whole freight line of cars trying to drive up around him.
Was he trying to get down low to maybe hit the pit lane? What turn was that? Dang, man, I'm sorry. I missed it.
Well, it's easy.
Oh, you know what?
35 trucks.
He had an incident.
Oh.
We didn't scroll back far enough. I believe is that the 47? Tough to see that white on white number there. But getting turned a little bit up into that outside wall, and so he's just trying to get back up to speed, and you can see the 110 of Richard Gray get into him. You got quite a few people trying to get around him there.
It may have started with like a block gone bad, maybe.
That sounds like a movie.
Between Dusty and...
Let's coin that. Hey, patent that. Put that on AAA broadcast. Yeah, block gone bad. I like that. Damn, where do you come up with this cool stuff, man?
I'm sure I heard it from Mike Joy or something.
You're just regurgitating?
Yeah, I'm just puking up Mike Joy's stuff tonight.
Reading the teleprompter here.
Josh Ellis said, why aren't they checking up when the yellow comes out? Man, we saw that earlier in this race. We saw a couple of trucks that, man, they didn't spill off any speed, and they came up on the wreck and just kind of looked like a bowling alley there for a second. But a lot of these guys too, Josh, they probably haven't raced around each other. There's quite a few new drivers in this series, but yeah, it's is that what they call ARCA braking, where you come up on?
Yeah, you just hit somebody.
Cars.
Yeah, that's.
I think this is going to be a long season as these guys race more around each other and get more experience. I think you may see, you won't see that as much, hopefully.
Well, look, these guys do super speedways. You rarely lift, and if you lift, you're still on somebody's bumper, basically, when you're running around 2.5 miles. It's totally different racing.
Yeah.
So I think they're just learning. They're figuring it out. It's super fun to watch. This is really, really great track, and I'm looking forward to doing another one tomorrow night because it's so fun to watch. Maybe those guys are watching and getting a little tips for their race tomorrow night because they're racing trucks here too. They
are watching. They are watching because, well, let me hit this first. Miss Carol Hansley says, go, Andrew. She's predicting 3 cautions. So this is one of them. She thinks there'll be 2 more after this. Burke Racing Esports. If you guys watch the Vigilante series, you know who Jeremiah Burke is, but he's saying, when do we need to start talking about doing a Beagles versus Vigilante shootout?
Ooh, I feel a fight coming. I would love to see that. The 2-truck league?
Do some heat racing, maybe a tournament series or something? How cool would that be?
Yeah, that'd be great exhibition fun. Man, throw some money in there. These guys would really get after it.
We may have to do a little exhibition action here and do a tournament-style race or something.
I think they'd be great partners. They similar style of really good racing. They like the trucks, obviously. I mean,
oh yeah, 2-truck leagues. I mean,
man, I love that idea. Let's write that one down. Put that one in the memo pad.
Can you imagine all of them being on the track at the same time? I don't think you could do that. You'd have to do heats or something.
Yeah, some heat racing would be really cool.
Ricky Wittenberg said, "Man, that would be fun."
Yeah, man, that's the coolest idea I've heard in a long time with this iRacing. That's cool about iRacing. It's a great community.
Absolutely.
Leagues, are fun, but getting to be members of different leagues, it's just awesome, man. And I really like that idea. It's super cool. It looks like maybe we'll finish this thing, Brown. I don't know.
Yeah, we're getting down to it here as We're going to have 4 laps here left to go as soon as this pace car gets down and out of the way. So that means it's time to buckle up, strap on that drinking helmet, and throw inhibition out the window. It is time to go racing here. Curtis Critchley getting a great restart up there at the front with the 13 of Rick Spencer-Walt. They're right behind him, so they're going to be able to get out to that lead 1 and 2 fairly quickly as they're almost single filed out. Right behind them, you got Eric Stoy and Cody Staten going side by side right now, trying to make their way up through this field and try to get as many positions as they can before this one crosses across that line for the finish, as we're almost 4 wide here all the way towards the back, and we got contact.
45 up the track.
They're still going.
Still green. Still green.
Still green. Oh, even more contact still.
Caution's out.
Lord.
Caution's
All right, girl, let's do.
Okay, hopefully that's our last one. Looks like we'll have a green-white checker, but as y'all try to watch whatever happened down there, I'll get to where I think we're going to see this race, the champion of this race finish and how it's going to happen.
Greg Turner stand. Let's go number 69. We saw the 69 of Little Remmer. Gregory Turner makes some pretty aggressive moves down towards the inside, but able to keep that truck straight. What happened back there, Alan?
That's what I'm still trying to see exactly what happened here.
Ricky Wittenberg suggests a 60-car enduro race at Bristol. 300 laps, no cautions, and street stocks.
Looks like the
That's getting crazy. Yeah.
looks like the 12 got into that 45 of Michael Reynolds just a little bit, caught his quarter panel, and that kind of
That
sent
might have been net code.
it was pretty dang close to it, as those guys kind of kept going around there, and I'm still.
I don't think he hit him.
Netcode, that's always a treat. iRacing does a great job, but sometimes, computers do computer things, and it's a great simulation. It's not a video game for everybody that's out there. Real NASCAR drivers sit in this thing and race, so.
Yeah, but they're terrible. These guys are better than watching the Cup
Well,
drivers.
I don't want to dog those guys too much.
I'll say it.
They would probably have a hard time in both of the leagues that we're talking about here.
Oh, yeah.
HCK Beagles and Vigilante for sure. But
I don't see them guys hanging with a Spencer Walt or a Curtis Critchley or Caleb.
Yeah, the Canadian. Look at him work his way up. Here's where I think the money's going to be right here. And, I think as you go into turn 3, that's where you can make up a lot of ground. If you, in that turn 3 to 4 corner, you can make up a lot of ground here if somebody makes a slight mistake. So I think we're going to see some really hard racing right there in between 3 and 4. Like I said, I'm a champion here. I know what I'm talking about. I've done it. And that's where I made my money right there in 3 and 4 near the ends of the races.
Now, let me ask you this there, Adam, then. Knowing that we're going to have a green-white checker, right, and you kind of want to finish this one under green, do you maybe be a little bit patient here, wait for that white flag to come out, get that white flag before you maybe put your bumper to somebody, push them out of the line, do anything like that?
Yeah, I would stay close. Just stay close. That's it. We'll stay within 2 truck lengths, and I think you can make that ground up. If you're watching the guy in front of you, you can kind of tell where his line is. There's a way to attack the guy in front of you here in 3 and 4. So you're just going to have to figure it out. The guy in front of you may be better, or maybe you think you can take him.
See,
let's start some fights.
See, Brown, we're spoiled this week because we have, a track champion here with us on the broadcast.
Yeah, champion. That is correct. A real champion.
You've won a few races here, so
yeah.
I mean, it's always good to have that knowledge to be able to pick your brain on stuff like this because
Right.
This track, I have fun here, but that's all I really do. I've never won a race here.
I've actually used my brain here. Normally, I just drive around and drink beer and not pay attention to anything. But this one, for some reason, I just enjoy it. If you do that shootout, I cut it short because you can't race Michigan all the time. But if we did that shootout thing, I may get in the truck and be an in-car reporter the whole race.
Oh,
That'd be a joy, wouldn't it?
how cool would that be?
Yeah, I'd probably just crash because I talk so much smack. But let's see what happens here, man.
As we take our first attempt at a green-white checker here tonight. How many attempts total do we have there, Mr. English?
I did not.
We got 3.
No, do we have 3? Oh, excellent.
So we will have a couple more chances at it if we're not able to get this one in to kind of finish this one up. As we got Rick Spencer Walt up there. Same thing with Cale Turbeville. Gonna be starting 1 and 2. Curtis Critchley and that 42 of Kevin Winker, man. Ever since he made that kind of bold strategic play to stay out one of those, he's been up towards that front. Same thing with Eric Stoy. Joshua Moore battling back from all the bumps and bruises he's got. Same thing with Zach Staten and Stone Hutchinson. You got Derek Rowdy Puckett up there in that top 10. Derek Welch is, man, he's trying to make up whatever ground he can. He started way up there in the front. He's now in 11th, so he wants a little better finish than what he's at right now. But here we go, getting ready to take back this green flag, and away we go with the 13 getting a great restart. So that's going to allow that 27 of Curtis Critchley to move up through as well. As the 64, man, he was just waiting on that leader to go, and the leader went and he didn't.
Yeah, Team America is coming up strong here. Man, this is far from over. This is far from over.
Winker's trying to make his move, looks like here.
Yeah, that he is moving down into the inside, trying to overtake Cale Turbeville right now. Moving up through, coming down and across the line. We're going to be taking the white flag here. No cautions.
Oh, yellow's out.
We did get a yellow.
Man. Too soon.
I thought they took the white there.
No, they were right before.
Damn,
wow.
that was close.
And did you see where Winker there was attacking him in the third corner, just like I mentioned? He made a spot up in that third and fourth corner. So,
well, Miss
something
Carroll,
to watch.
that's 3 cautions, Miss Carroll. If it ends now, should be our big crystal ball winner.
Wish we had something to give away, you know.
Trying to see what happened there, but I can't find it.
Jeremiah Burke says on Facebook that if they did do a interleague race, Adam Turner would definitely get his drama.
I bet I would. If I'm going to race in it, there may be even more drama. We might have
out there causing it.
Yeah, probably. I'm
Pitting
retired
over in people and stuff.
I'm retired for a reason.
Unfortunately, I can't get a view on what ended up causing that caution. We did see 3 or 4 trucks sliding down through the grass, so one can only speculate.
Yeah, there's no telling. It is a computer. You got to draw up 35 cars. It's kind of hard when they're on the other side of the track doing stuff, and you're on one side of the track, and Ted Nugent's killing deer out in the parking lot. I don't know what the heck's going on. I heard a cold one pop, though. That's a beautiful sound. Love that. Really
That
looking
must
for
have been one of our crew.
crew members.
I think there's my boom operator.
Probably need a sponsor for that since you popped that beer. Hopefully we'll send us some cold ones.
Well,
you know.
besides JKR Motorsports, I mean, we can see if Miller High Life will come on as a sponsor.
We're in negotiations.
I just don't have the connections for that.
Well, we're working on it.
Man, I'm telling you, the best beer around, a cold one.
Or a free one.
Both are very true.
Yeah, we're not opposed to anything, any other kind of beer. It doesn't have to be whatever that garbage he was talking about. Any beer.
Oh.
Well, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I take that back. I've been taking back a lot of things lately. I'm sorry.
No, that's good.
Miller High Life is a great beer.
I've been watching too much Sopranos lately. Every time somebody said something I disagree with, I say, "Oh!" Sorry about that.
Yeah, Sopranos. Yeah, that's what 25 years ago that was on. Cool. You're really catching up finally.
Yeah. Didn't take me too long. Nah, I'm rewatching it again. I'm almost done.
You got the Cajun flicks down there instead of Netflix. It's probably behind the times.
It's powered by possums and little squirrel cage wheels, you know.
What
That's
about the
what powers
Nutri-Rat?
our internet.
Y'all got the Nutri-Rat down there too.
Yep, twice a week, and once for Sunday dinner.
Yeah, gumbo, right, or something.
Yeah, you make stew out of Nutri-Rat.
Oh, good. Sounds delicious.
Now, I will say that last restart, man, that definitely kind of mixed some things up, because that 42 of Kevin Winker, he's going to be in a pretty good spot for his restart chances here now. He's going to be right behind that leader, Rick Spencer Walt, who did a pretty good job getting out to the front very quickly. But, I mean, the draft in these trucks is just absolutely insane, so it doesn't mean everything. However, man, if anyone's going to take it on this one, I think Winker is definitely in one of those good spots.
He's in a good spot. That's a place I would love to be in right now. I would not want to be sitting that first car inside row.
No, he's in attack position. This is perfect.
Yep, that's right.
For the way he's driving too, this is really the perfect spot for him. And
But 27's not a bad spot. I mean, I wouldn't mind being on the outside like that.
well, Winker's put in the man hours. We'll see if it pays off here.
We're about to find that one out right now as the pace car comes diving down pit road, getting ready to go for attempt number 2 here at this green-white checker. Green flags waving, off and running we go. Man, another great restart there for the 13, able to get right on out in front. And same thing with the 27, able to hang on to that second position for the moment, but he was not able to completely clear that 42 and maybe run down towards that bottom line. So that 42 still causing a little bit of mayhem for these two Canadians up here, up at the front. He's also got Cale Turbeville sitting right there outside of him as well. So these guys do have to be careful as they enter turns 3 and 4. Going to be coming across the line here, taken to this white flag. Do we officially take it? Yes, we do. So no more cautions here tonight. This is it, the final lap, as we are nose to tail up at the front with Rick Spencer Walt and Curtis Critchley. That 13 truck, man, those restarts have been key to his success so far here today. He's just got 2 more corners to go, 3 and 4, as he's got that 27 pushing that back bumper. Now looking down towards the inside, trying to make a move up through that bottom line, maybe cutting across the apron just a little bit, able to get on up in front. Let's see if the 13 comes back. He does have a little bit of momentum. The 64 of Cale's able to get a little bit of a run, and across the line we go. And the 27 is able to beat out that 13 with the 64 pulling up in third.
Giant wreck, and here comes Rowdy Puckett finishing backwards in that 8 Budweiser. Oh man, what a huge wreck coming out of 4.
Yeah, but what a great finish up front. I mean, Winker just didn't have enough. They were all attacking that 3 and 4 just perfectly. And Critchley, wow, what a move at the end there for him.
Some apologies and a little bit of anger on the radio. We kind of knew this was going to happen with a huge, with all of the aggression we were going to see late, and you know how we talk about it a lot. Cautions breeding more cautions, just because you're stacking everybody back up, and you know, then they're going to have to make some aggressive moves. But the 27 to Critchley for Refined Motorsports out there. What a great finish for him tonight in first place.
Absolutely, and he's picking up his first win of the season here. Man, talk about a great move as he made there in turns 3 and 4. And I mean, you called it there, Adam. That was where you wanted to make the move, and that's what he did exactly.
Yeah, I loved watching that ending there. You could see kind of they were all on the same strategy, just trying to attack that corner, and man, Critchley just punched right through it and made a great pass there. And what an ending!
Yeah, so let's take a look here and start with some driver interviews. Let's start off with our third place finisher. That's going to be the 64 of Cale Turbeville.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, nope.
Oh,
Keeps kicking him down.
Yeah.
well, we can try another one.
Oh, maybe he's banned from the podium. I don't know what's going on.
He's muting and unmuting his mic, trying to figure something out.
It's a computer issue. See if he's got it now.
Let me go down and see if I can talk to him. Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
running a spaceship. You know,
And-
you can't. What the hell's
He's
going on?
gone.
He's there. He's gone. He's there. He's gone. He's not there. I don't know what's going on, Brown. We're playing like hide and go seek here.
I know. Fun times, but we got. We'll wait to. There we go. You got us there, Cale?
I got you.
Awesome, bud. Well, hey, congrats on the third place finish here tonight. Man, it was a little rough out there, but still you stuck it out. You're able to sneak on up through and get a great podium finish here. And kind of talk about your strategy, because I think that's what led to your great finish here tonight.
To be honest, in this race, I didn't really have a strategy. I didn't make it into any of the practice races. I didn't really know what the tires was going to be like. Complete shot in the dark, and I got lucky.
That's a good, honest answer. And I tell you what, you and a few of the other Georgia boys on here that race quite a bit, y'all have a lot of talent. We enjoy watching y'all every week, and congrats on the third place finish. You had some folks cheering for you out there in the social media land. Did you want to do any shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, I know my daddy's probably going crazy.
Yeah, he's
My
pulling for you
mama
earlier.
and all them.
Well, you did a great job. Up 14 spots at Michigan to take P3. Not a bad night for you. Good job, man.
Thank y'all for doing such a good job with the announcing, and thank Mr. Gregory for putting on such a good league for us to race in.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And, you know, just to kind of cap this one off for you, you know, we're going to now be heading down into Indy next week. What are your thoughts on that, and how well do you think you're going to be able to make out down there?
I'm hoping to do pretty good at Indy. I like that track more than most of these other ones we've been racing, so maybe I can get it figured out good enough to pull out a win next week.
Alrighty, well, bud, we can't wait to see what you can do, and good luck with your rest of the season here, and maybe we can talk to you again, Cale.
All right, thank y'all.
All right, so now we'll move up one spot to talk to our second place finish here, and that's going to be Mr. Rick Spencer. Walt, man, you were right there once again, kind of coming towards the end there, but just in that final corner, Curtis was able to get around you, but still overall a pretty solid race, up 7 spots, walking away here with P2, but it definitely wasn't easy out there, was it?
It was pretty crazy. A lot of cautions, so you kind of got to go hard on the restarts to get as many spots as you can before the next one was waving there, just to make any ground at all. It was a bit of an enduro for sure.
Yeah, we didn't really expect to see that many cautions, I don't think, and especially towards the end. You know, we talk about it quite a bit. Cautions breeding more cautions. Do you expect to see the same kind of thing in Indy next week? I'm kind of in the no column on that because, you know, it's so hard to pass there. It's single lane pretty much most of the way around there. Is that kind of how you see it next week?
Yeah, but I don't. don't want to say anything bad, really. It's just like guys just need some more patience, you know. If you're driving into a corner, you're just running the people over in front of you. Like I know there's some guys in the league here that are a lot faster and stuff, and it's just like you do have to be patient, but at the same point, you got to be aggressive to make some spots up on one groove track. So it's kind of like here. I mean, everyone's really running the same sort of line around Michigan. It's the way the trucks are kind of going right now. Is just a lot of draft, and everyone's kind of pretty tight.
Well, whatever happened, you made it work for you, Team Canada. Position number 2, that's a great finish. We look forward to next week at Indy. You got any shout outs or anything like that for your Canadian friends or family?
Yeah, good race. Kale had a good race. I think Kevin was up there. You know, Kurt, obviously my teammate, winning, so good for him. I thank our team, Refine Motorsports, Nexus Esports. I got Jim Wilson Chevrolet on the truck there with me in real life. So, yeah, you guys for putting it on. HCK Beagles for the league. Hopefully the next one's a little cleaner.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the P2 finish here tonight, and good luck next week, and look forward to seeing what you can do the rest of the season.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and so now the moment we've all been waiting for, that's going to be our race winner. That's Mr. Curtis Critchley walking away here with the win. He started on pole position and finished in that lead spot, but man, Curtis, it was a wild ride for you. You had to make up a few positions there kind of throughout the entire race, and it all came down to the final turns of 3 and 4.
Yeah, no, I missed driver's meeting today, so I had to start from the back. At least I was still able to grab a good pit stall from there, but yeah, it's been a wild ride coming through the field there because there was quite a few wrecks. Had to use all my fast repairs to get back up there, but then we kind of lucked out on that pit strategy. I was tried to pit long, and then as soon as I pulled out of pit lane and got going again, the yellow flag came out, so I didn't have to pit another time. Like I only did is drove down the pit lane like 100 feet, so that gave us a starting third there instead of starting probably where we would have started like 17th otherwise. And then yeah, it just was very, very fortunate to get that break there.
Hey, Curtis, first of all, are we saying your last name right when we say it on the broadcast?
Critchley?
Critchley, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure there.
No, if you're from Australia, you can say Critchley. That's what they like to call me over there.
Oh, really?
V8 supercars, they always call me Critchley, but yeah, I take it. It's fine either way.
Well, and you're one of those guys that races cars in real life. You know, we just talked to your teammate there who does the same. What kind of cars are you running now in real life racing?
I don't race cars in real life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, this is my.
Oh,
thing
okay. I thought
do.
you were one of those guys that did street stocks or something. My bad. I think I got you confused with somebody else. I'm sorry about that. What do you think about Indy next week? Do you think that's going to be something that's going to be a lot of fun, or do you see it kind of being frustrating?
Indianapolis is going to be pretty fun to drive and race. A lot of aero push there, so some guys might push into the other guys a lot, so it might end up like this where there's quite a big yellow flags and you just got to try to avoid them. Hopefully I'll make drivers meetings so I don't have to start from the back there because I think that one's much tighter of a track, so any cautions or wrecks will probably collect a lot more people. That, especially how narrow it is in those turns and short shoots.
Yeah, so Team Canada takes the 1-2 this week. Maybe y'all are so close to Michigan, maybe that's why it's your favorite track. And here's one thing: you might not race in real life, but do you race like snowmobiles or moose or anything crazy up there? What happens up there in Canada? How are y'all doing up there?
Moose?
Some moose, yeah. Some moose racing. No, I don't really do too much. I used to do like go-karts back when I was like 11, 12. Other than that, I haven't really raced anything besides nothing.
Well, you do your racing here. You're doing a dang good job of it too,
It's a lot
man.
cheaper too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. It can be.
Awesome race, man. That was a great ending. What were you thinking in that final 3 and 4, and how'd you pull that off?
Basically just try to give Rick a good push there to get ahead of the field there, and then kind of he took a wide lane out there at 1 and 2 in the final lap, and then he was like way ahead, and then I just had all the drive coming down in 3 and 4, and then I just kind of decided I would just keep it pinned and keep the throttle pinned and drive in there as hard as I could. And then I just end up clearing him a little bit, so then I was able to like just kind of throw like a Michigan slider, as we call them, and then just be able to hold on to it from there. If I wasn't able to clear him, Rick would have won that race, so it was just a game of inches there at the end.
Well, man, you definitely did it at the right time and picking up the win here tonight. Again, congratulations. Before we let you go, do you got any shout-outs or anything you want to get out to the internet world?
Yeah, hello to my mom and dad. Thank you for always supporting me. And also Refined Motorsports, my team. You can check them out online. And also I'd like to thank Nexus Esports for picking me up this week, too. It's been fun. A lot of good guys over there. And thank you for having me on the roster.
Awesome.
Definitely great, man. Well, again, congrats on the win. Look forward to seeing what you can do next week. And good luck on the rest of the season here, bud.
Thank you very much.
All right, and with that, that is the official ending of Michigan. And yeah, boys, that was a little bit of a wild ride.
It didn't disappoint, that's for sure. It was. I knew it was going to be fun to watch. I didn't expect to see as much action in the caution arena as we saw tonight, but it was still fun to watch. It was very exciting. A lot of 3 wide going on.
Yeah, had a blast. Can't wait to do it again tomorrow, man. I truly enjoy it.
Yeah, so before we kind of put the nightcap on this one, let's head on through and tell everybody where their favorite driver finished this one here today. We're going to start off with that race winner, the 27 of Curtis Critchley, picking up that big-time win with Rick Spencer-Walt being right there at the end as well. Just maybe needed one fewer corner there to pick that one up. But Cale Turville also picking up a great finish here in third to finish in the money, as they would say. As coming in fourth here is going to be that 42 of Kevin Winker, having a great day, but someone who had an even better day and the hard charger of the day, that's that 4 of Eric Stoy, Mr. Consistent back there, up 28 spots to finish here in fifth. So great run there for Eric. You had Cody Staten followed by Zach Staten for 6th and 7th. They both had pretty solid runs here as well. You had that 51 of Joshua Moore, who definitely ran into some issues kind of mid-race there, but able to fight back here to finish in 8th. In 9th, you had Paul Durkee, who was up there at the front for a good chunk of this one, and able to hang around there to pull away with a top 10. And rounding out that top 10 is the 10 of Stone Hutchinson.
And finishing 11th tonight, the 20, one of those Flex Seal machines out there, Justin Lawson, starting 13th, finishing 11th. Mark Collins in the 25, that Superflow truck, finishing 12th. The 28 of Henry Wyndham started in the back, finished 13th. Pretty good finish for him. Paul Ferdiani, one of the guys running the inside line a bunch tonight in that 66 truck, finishing 14th. Pretty good finish for him. The 61 of Kyle Hackett. Hackett Nation was out there pulling for you tonight, Kyle, and you finished 15th. So great finish there. And the 67 of Nathan Stanley. We didn't call his name out a whole bunch tonight, but he did a lot of makeup out there on the track, starting in 31st, and solid finish right there, middle of the pack at 16th. Andrew Hansley, the 4th in that 24 truck, finishing 17th. The 75 of Brian Skidmore, finishing at 18th place, up about 7 spots. The 97 of Rodney Griffin, one of those guys, we saw him involved in a lot of incidents out there on the track. And, you know, it's not always your fault, but hey, man, sometimes there's nothing you can do. And he started in 7th place, but ended up finishing 19th in that 97 truck. So Rodney did the best he could out there, but finishing 19th. And rounding out your top 20, Brandon Coleman in that 54 truck finished right where he started, rather, in 20th place.
All right, there we got. Oh, Coal One City, 21. 21st look like Derek Puckett. I have Coleman as 22nd here. These computers get frazzled. 23rd, number 2, Brian Doty. 24th, 39er Brian Eastman. 25th, number 1 Derek Welch. 26th, 69 Gregory Turner. 27th, number 31 of Brad Taylor. 28th, 121 of Dusty Smith. 29th, 120 of Zach Dillon. 30th, my favorite Baltimore Oriole. 33, Eddie Murray. 31st, 408 of Rob Chowdhury. Had a tough one. Normally done, normally up front. 32nd, Michael Hicks. 33rd, Michael Reynolds. 34th, Austin Johnson. And rounding it out at the very bottom there is the 110, Richard Michelob Gray.
And that completes your field here for tonight. We thank you all for tuning in and watching, as you guys always do, and especially those likes and follows, whether that be on the Facebook, YouTube, or the Twitch. Those go a long way to just showing how much you guys appreciate us. And man, it's every week we appreciate you guys even more. So thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with us, watching this great race in action. Also, thank you to tonight's sponsor, JKR Motorsports. Definitely go check them out if you want to maybe go out there and build your own little dirt track go-kart, man. Those guys are definitely ones you should probably go and check out on their Facebooks. I know they do some great work out there out of, I believe it's North Carolina, so definitely go give them a shout out. And of course, as always, thank you to the HCK Beagles Super Speedway League here, as week in and week out they've got nothing but great racing action going on. But until tomorrow night, where we got the official championship race here for the Vigilante Racing League tomorrow, which will be here at Michigan. That's when you don't want to miss. The champion is pretty much decided, but hey, you never know. Racing things can happen, and someone might make a last-minute slip-up. So you're going to have to tune in to see who walks away with the first ever crown for those guys, and that will complete their season. So until tomorrow, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We are signing off.
We gone.
See ya.